Hi guys, it's Dave here, aka King Norris, back with another video. It has been a little while, as per usual, since I made the last video. I was hoping to get some videos up for the Battlefield 1 beta, but unfortunately I've been away, and I've also had the man flu as well, so that sort of kept us out of commission in regards to making videos. But anyway guys, I'm back today, and today I want to talk about my favourite subject in the whole wide world, Battlefield, and obviously with Battlefield 1 just around the corner, I just want to run through sort of like my expectations of what I want from the game, and also look back at the beta, and just sort of like see where we are in terms of the state of play with the game as it stands. I'm not going to try to fanboy. Obviously it is a series that I'm extremely fond of. Been playing the Battlefield franchise now for many a year. And as I say, it is one of the games that I look forward to more than any other game upon release. It is my go-to game. So yeah, so I want to try to keep it sort of like within check, the fanboyness. The game is due to come out a week on Friday. However, if you've got EA Access on the Xbox One, the game's actually going to be available from the 13th, which is Thursday, so it's Tuesday today, so in 2 days time the Battlefield game will be made available. I do believe it's going to include the campaign and 5 multiplayer maps. You will only be able to play for 10 hours, but as I say, that should give you enough time to sort of jump in and rack up some points ready for the game to be released. Anything that you do sort of unlock, any promotions that you gain, any of the battle packs, things like that, all the unlockables, they're going to remain in the game upon release as well. So I'll say, this is it boys, whatever you do on the 13th is going to count towards the game being released the following Friday. And no pre-orders for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 if you've gone for the Enlisters edition. I think you get it 3 days early as well. At this point I'm very tempted to actually cancel one of my pre-orders with Amazon and actually get the digital only one for maybe the PlayStation 4, so I can play the game on the 18th, I believe. That's going to be made available. But in terms of expectations, what I want from the game, I would love a solid single player experience. So far from what I've seen from the little trailers of the single player experience, it's going to go a little bit back to Battlefield 2, or Modern Combat, I think it was called many years ago, where you could switch between players, but instead of it sort of being on the fly on the battlefield, it looks like it's going to be more a case of telling little stories of individual soldiers, for example, and obviously their experiences during the war. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see how that sort of pans out, if it's going to flash between all of the different sort of soldiers throughout the game, or whether you're going to play a section on, say, France, section on Italy, so off and on, a little bit like the old Call of Duty games as well, which also used to have a similar sort of campaign structure. The Battlefield 4 campaign, I know, was absolutely slated, and people said it was torrid. I want to be honest, I actually quite enjoyed the Battlefield single player campaign. I've probably completed it now about 4 or 5 times. Most people would find that to be like fucking torture, but I thought it was okay. It was short. It's something that you can sort of blast through within sort of 5-6 hours. I do like going for achievements and things like that, so I do tend to go back into the single player campaigns just so I can unlock the achievements. And I see there were some weapons as well that you could unlock via the single player campaign. So hopefully, as I say, it'll be a better campaign than Battlefield 4. Although I did enjoy it, I'm certainly looking forward to, as I say, unlocking the achievements and any special weapons or skins or whatever it may be in the campaign that I can then carry across to the multiplayer experience. One thing I will say is, on the Xbox One for Battlefield 4, my achievements were fucking broke. It was really annoying. There was quite a few achievements that just would not allow us to unlock. I've subsequently bought the game on the PS4, and I've been able to actually unlock the achievements that were basically bricked on the Xbox One. So I hope to God when I get the game this time, on the Xbox One, that the fucking achievement system is not fucking buggy and broke. I don't know if that's down to DICE or if it's maybe something to do with Microsoft. I know other people who were able to unlock some of the achievements. I'll give you a perfect example: the 3 endings. The amount of times I completed the game and had the 3 endings, and it would never ever unlock the achievement attached to that. And there's a few more as well, because I really wanted to 100% the game, and it prevented us from doing that. Another thing that I hope to do right this time with Battlefield 1 is I hope to support the game for the full life cycle. What I tend to find with the Battlefield games is they'll have DLC planned out for the first 12 months of the game being released, and then after that it's done and dusted. There's not a great deal after that. There's no more maps. I'd more than happy pay another £40 for a Season 2 Season Pass if it was to get more maps, more unlockables, more achievements, and yeah, it just sort of keeps the game fresh. I think Battlefield 4, probably more than any other Battlefield game. I don't really think it happened with us with Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3, to give you 2 examples. Where by the end, I've had breaks during this current Battlefield, and some fairly sort of like long breaks as well. I've gone and played other games and then came back to Battlefield, whereas before I was sort of like just playing Battlefield all the time. And I think part of that is down to the fact that once the DLC is done for that particular year and there's no more maps or anything else to sort of look forward to, you do sort of lose interest a little bit. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to as I say, support the game well after the first year's done. And again, whether this is with paid DLC or free DLC, to me it doesn't really matter. I just think it's pretty vital that they do get the sort of like life cycle right this time, and plan ahead for the second year. I've also heard as well, I did actually buy an Xbox One S, and I took a risk because I thought maybe that they may do something for Battlefield 1 with it being a newer game. So I bought the Xbox One S, which I basically was planning to do an unboxing video, but unfortunately the unboxing video didn't quite go to plan, so I've not actually uploaded it. It might be something that I put up at a later date, but I got the FIFA 17 version, just the white version. I really wanted the Battlefield version, but to be honest I couldn't justify sort of like the extra 100 notes to get it. But from what I've heard today, it is actually going to have the HDR, which is high dynamic range, I believe. I'm not that clued up on it. I know that it does obviously give you better textures, maybe upscales it to 4K but not native. That is coming to the Xbox One S. There is going to be a patch coming available, and as I say, that will add, I'm sure, some extra bling to the game, because during the beta I played it on the PC, I played it on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. The PC version obviously was hands down the prettier of the games. That was, I had that played in basically max, and as I say, it was absolutely gorgeous, and that's what to be expected. That's the plus point of having a PC. Obviously, it can get better textures and better graphical output than what the consoles can, but I thought the PlayStation and the Xbox One were pretty close. The Xbox One version for me was maybe a little bit muggier, didn't have as good draw distances, and the PlayStation 4 version did look a little bit clearer, and I think it ran a little bit well as well. But again, because I've got the Xbox One S now, I'm not too sure if there's going to be a bump in performance for anybody who does have an Xbox One S, and don't expect Microsoft to ever come out and say that there's going to be an increase slightly due to better GPU. But I do believe that the Xbox One S does have a better GPU than the normal Xbox, so there's no reason why they shouldn't use that extra GPU power to eke out a few extra frames. So I do see that coming. I don't think Microsoft will ever admit that that's the case, because they don't want to basically have people who've got the original Xbox getting pissed off and feel as if they're not getting the same experience as somebody who's bought the Xbox One S. But as that personally for me, I think that's what's going to happen. So I am looking forward to see how it performs. I haven't got a 4K TV, but if this thing is going to look nicer and is going to sort of like fucking up-res to 4K or whatever it may be with this patch, then to be honest, Christmas this year, I think I'd be very fucking tempted to shell out for a 4K TV. You can pick them up pretty cheap now, and I do have a really good Samsung TV at the moment as well, so I could probably sell that on and get a nice 4K TV. But that's something that may happen in the near future. Hint hint, Santa Claus, you fat fuck. And also just sort of going back to the beta, if the game comes out in the state that it was in the beta, I want to be perfectly honest with you, after some of the states that I've seen Battlefield games come out in the past, I wouldn't be overly upset. I'm sure they'd patch it pretty quick, But overall, I was really impressed with the way that the Battlefield 1 beta performed, and I know that it was only a small portion of what we're going to get upon release, and it may have been easier for them to sort of like make that particular game mode and map run at a sort of like optimum level for the beta itself. But as I say, the game did run really well, so I wouldn't be, as I say, too disheartened if it came out in a similar state. A few things that I would love to see implemented, and I'm sure they have looked at this. The spawn problem, basically it was like instant death. It was fucking ridiculous. You were getting spawned in some really fucking retarded spawns, even worse than what you do in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. The tanks were OP. They're OP, but they're really enjoyable if you're actually in the tank. So I'm not too sure if I want to see that see that changed. I don't think too many people who like getting in the tanks would complain if that remains the same. But as sometimes when you're on the ground, it was a little bit annoying if you did run across a tank and basically got fucked. There wasn't a great deal you could do. I've seen videos beforehand where basically fucking horses were run up and taking out tanks, and that ain't gonna happen in a real game. You could tell that was basically just fucking cinematic bollocks to entice people to jump on the horse, which, to be honest, them weren't OP. I thought the horses would be pretty OP. I found them to be a little bit clunky, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I would say the same for the battle pickups as well. I don't really think the battle pickups were massively OP. Obviously, if you're in an area close to, say, somebody who had the flamethrower, you're going to get taken out. But it wasn't as bad as I initially thought it was going to be. Also, I think there needs to be some serious work with the medic class. Loads of YouTubers have done videos about the medic class, and yeah, it was pretty broken to be honest. One of the classes that I did actually enjoy running around with was the engineer class. Between that and sort of sniping, I think them were the two classes that I got the most enjoyment out of. So I may try to sort of stick with the engineer class to start off with, because normally I do start off sniping and being a medic. Probably the easiest way is to sort of like rack up the points. But we'll wait and see. That's something I want to probably decide once the game comes out. I might alternate between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, so like which sort of classes I run, and sort of like play it by ear. Another thing that sort of needs to change as well is the bayonet kills can be really fucking derpy, and the same for the melee. There's some really awkward moments where you'd run through a door, you'd run through the person, past the person. Or your fucking melee attack just would not work and they'd turn around and one-tap you. That's something that certainly needs to be looked into as well. And just sort of wrapping it up, I am going to obviously be posting footage of the game. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but my capture card's basically fucked, it's broke. So I'm relying on PC footage and PS4 footage at the moment, so I've nothing to record with the Xbox One, which is partly the reason why I'm going to be buying Battlefield 1 on day of release for both the Xbox One and the PS4, so I can record some footage on the PlayStation 4, because to be honest it's a lot fucking easier than doing it on the Xbox. I've also got friends as well who I'm now going to be playing Battlefield 1 with. And never really played with them online before. They're basically two of my best mates, two of the lads I've grew up with like basically all my fucking life, but basically they've been Sony ponies, and they've never really had an Xbox, and I like to jump between the Xbox and the PlayStation, so I've never really been on the PlayStation long enough to play Battlefield with them. So yeah, I'm going to be playing with them guys, and also going to be playing with Doom to Fail, Long Forgotten, and Ed 2583. They're my boys on the Xbox One. Been playing with those guys for fucking years now. Really do enjoy sort of like getting on the Xbox and playing with those guys. So there'll be more videos coming, hopefully in the future on the Xbox One if I get a capture card sorted, which I'm sure I will do at some point. But at the moment, you're probably going to see a lot of PlayStation 4 footage. Anyway, guys, that is it. If you've enjoyed the video, please drop us a like. And a subscribe. If you've got any sort of comments or anything like that, then feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'll try to reply to them, and yeah, and as I say, guys, just really looking forward now for Battlefield 1 to come out. Hopefully you guys are as well, and let's pray to God that DICE don't fuck this one up like they have with the last couple of games, and also the Star Wars fiasco as well with Battlefront, and hopefully we just get a solid Battlefield game that fucking works on day one. and that we can really enjoy and support the fuck out of. So anyway, guys, that's it. I shall be back soon with another video. Just gonna do a little farewell video for Battlefield 4. Until then, enjoy the rest of the evening.